Let's just start with the meeting. And before I begin with the meeting, let me address very few key important points to keep in mind. I would request Alpana ma'am to please turn off her video because that will hamper the entire meeting. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Now, the few key points to keep in mind is that this meeting is all about interview masterclass. Now, for those of you who are looking to get a job and don't know how to approach an interview on the first place, this masterclass is for you. The motive behind this meeting is simple. We want to impart those skills onto you that put money into your pocket. That is it. Because at the end, the problem with youth is they are struggling to get jobs, they are struggling to get employed and earn money, which is the end goal of doing a job, right? So what is this self-reflection masterclass all about? Now, before I begin the masterclass, I would request everyone that if you have any question, any doubt, any thought which comes to you in between the meeting, please keep it to yourself. And at the end of the meeting, we'll have a separate Q&A session. And in that, you can put up your questions and I'll be more than happy to answer you. The reason I say this because I don't want the flow of the masterclass to get hampered. It's a short, concise, precise masterclass. And by the time we end, it's not going to take much of your time. Okay, so let's begin with the masterclass for today. Okay, so as you can see, self-reflection, right? Clarity breeds mastery. Can any one of you tell me that what are those two things necessary or required to succeed in life or succeed in anything that you do? Any two things. Those are particularly two things that you need to succeed in life or to do whatever you want to do. Any one of you, please tell me.
Goal and knowledge.
Okay. Anyone else?
Passion and dedication.
Okay. Now,
Skills and motivation.
okay. Thank you. Thank you for the responses. Yeah, Ajinkya, you want to say something?
No, sir, actually, by mistake.
Okay, okay. Now, the reason I ask is that हम life में जो कुछ भी करते हैं, whatever we do in life, two things are important. And when those two particular things are in alignment with each other, only then success comes to you in any particular domain that you want to. People are saying goal, knowledge. Someone said patience, persistence. I think the very first thing that you need in life to succeed is your physical and mental fitness, right? First, you need to be physically fit, and then you need to be mentally fit. And only then you can perform a particular action or a task. Am I right?
Absolutely, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Now, the entire point of this self-reflection masterclass is to make you guys aware, to make you people aware that how much it is necessary for the mind and body to be in alignment with each other. If the mind and body are not in alignment and they are in misalignment, believe me, no task is there in this world that you will be able to do. You won't be able to do anything in life if these two things are not in alignment with each other, right? So what you have to do is we have to bring in abundant amount of clarity that is going to breed mastery into your life. And how exactly you bring about that clarity in your life? How exactly you do it? It is through the concept of self-reflection. So let me tell you guys a story, a short story. I would request everyone to put their mic on mute, please. Thank you. Rest. So the story something goes like this, that one day a disciple asks his master that, Master, I have read all the Vedas, I have read all the holy texts, I have read all the Upanishads and other sacred books. But why is it that I've still not achieved liberation? Why is it that I've still not achieved the pure bliss, the inner peace? And why is it that I require your assistance and shelter to guide me? The master smiled in a very mysterious manner. And to his utmost surprise, he asked his disciple that I'm surprised at the way that you are asking this question to me. If this question would have come to me from an ordinary person, I would have been more than happy to answer it. But you, who is so learned, who has read all the Vedas and understands each and every verse of it, is asking me such a question. You should have asked me a question of some high degree and merit. Then the master continued. He said, ask your mind a question that why is it so that whatever you are doing in life, you are not doing it with peace. There is always a rush. The disciple started thinking, and the master said, why is it so that it is still happening that you have not attained peace within you? The error is that whatever you have learned until this point of time, it is not in your experience. Right? So the mistake we all do is we learn everything. We want to learn each and everything. It is the information technology revolution. It is the IT revolution time. And we want to learn each and everything to make ourselves better with each passing day. But the error we make is that those learnings, जो हम सीख रहे हैं, जो learnings हैं, वो हमारी अपनी experience में नहीं है. Those learnings have not came into experience. And as a result of that, we become underconfident or sometimes overconfident. And we are not able to perform well in any part of our life. Right? So self-reflection helps you people to understand what exactly your potential has to offer you. So what is self-reflection? So self-reflection is knowing your true nature with the help of a purified intelligence. Now half of the people will be thinking, what is a purified intelligence? So purified intelligence क्या होती है? कोई बता सकता है मुझे? Can anyone tell me what is a purified intelligence? Any one of you?
Maybe the intelligence that pushes us to the goal. That
Okay,
is purified.
somewhat correct. Somewhat correct. Somewhat correct. Thank you, Sakshi.
You're
A
welcome.
purified intelligence is an intelligence that is free of all the doubts and it is free of all the distractions. Right? That is a purified intelligence. A purified intelligence is the one which can tell you the difference between what is right and what is wrong. A purified intelligence can tell you what you have to do and what you don't have to do. Right?
Right.
So self-reflection is knowing your true nature with the help of a purified intelligence. Now, commonly used similar terms about self-reflection are self-analysis, self-evaluation, self-assessment, introspection, and contemplation. Now, the majority के साथ problem क्या है? We think a lot. हम contemplate तो बहुत करते हैं, बहुत सोचते हैं, but सोचते क्या है? अलग-अलग चीजों के लिए सोचते हैं. We don't think about our own self. And due to this, there is a lack of clarity and confidence within ourselves. You have a whole lot of treasure hidden within you, and you don't know that you have a whole lot of treasure within you, and you don't know it. Obviously, you will be underconfident. You will think that you are not capable enough to do anything. So through self-reflection, you guys know that with purified intelligence, you can know yourself with better clarity and you can become more confident and clear about yourself. So the commonly used similar terms are self-analysis, self-evaluation, self-assessment, introspection, and contemplation. Now moving ahead. So why this self-reflection thing is important for everyone? So self-reflection is important to consciously connect with your disconnected self. We all are disconnected with ourselves, to be very honest. अगर आज मैं किसी से पूछ लूं, let's say now since this is an interview masterclass, so let's say you go to an interview and sit in front of the HR. The HR asks you, tell me something about yourself. Half of the people don't even answer this question, don't know how to answer this question. And then what happens as a result of poor answers, they get rejected in the interview because the HR thinks, okay, yaar, the person who is not even able to tell me something about himself or herself, how is he or she going to work for my company? And as a result of that, he rejects the particular candidate. So what happens is that self-reflection, before telling to the HR, first it is your duty to know yourself, that who you are, right? Before you tell it to anyone else, it is your duty to know what your true personality is. Now, why self-reflection is important? It is important to understand your inner genius, your innate talents, your strengths, weaknesses, skills, abilities, talents, and core values. Right? So when you will be more aware about yourself, the more you will be able to express yourself properly in front of the HR. And this is the major mistake everyone does in the interview. The moment you enter the interview room, sit in front of the HR, you forget everything about yourself. And your only focus is to answer the questions which the HR is asking. जब तक खुद के बारे में नहीं पता तो आप दूसरे को कैसे बताओगे, right? So self-reflection is a tool through which you can assess your personality, the minute details of your personality, and then you can answer your questions properly in front of the HR. Right? So this is why self-reflection is important, to consciously connect. It is an attempt to consciously सोचते समझते हुए खुद से कनेक्ट होना है, किससे? अपनी disconnected self से, right? Because we are busy. We are too busy to pay attention to ourselves. Okay. Now few people will ask me that self-reflection करने से benefit क्या होगा हमारा? Right? Because बिना benefit के तो हम कुछ करते ही नहीं आज के टाइम में. Without benefit we don't do anything. So let me tell you people that with self-reflection you will get all these benefits that you are watching on your screen. Now it is a time to share a short story with every one of you. Everyone has heard about Mahabharata. Everyone has heard about Arjuna and Lord Krishna. So what happened exactly? What exactly happened on that battlefield, on that particular moment, on that day when Arjuna entered the battlefield and refused to fight the battle? Arjuna is considered to be one of the most powerful warriors of all time. He's considered to be the greatest archer in the world ever. And what happened that such a great warrior, such a great archer is refusing to fight the battle, that too when he's standing on the battlefield? So what happened was there was a lack of clarity. Arjuna had forgotten that what he is capable of, right? And what Lord Krishna does in the entire Mahabharata, he's only motivating Arjuna by giving him clarity, clarity, and clarity. He's done nothing else. He's only guided the Pandavas and given them clarity as to what to do and how to do, right? So when Arjuna entered the battlefield, his emotional intelligence was such that he got too attached to the outcomes. That what will happen if I kill my own relatives? His thinking became unstructured. He lost his self-confidence. The desire to grow, to achieve growth within him got lost. Problems surrounded him from everywhere, and he lost his passionate enthusiasm. And why all of this happened? Just because of one thing that lies in the center of these benefits: lack of clarity. Right? Do I make sense?
Yes.
So only due to lack of clarity, the Lord had to motivate him in such a manner that he had to narrate the entire 700 shlokas of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And not only that, even after, telling him, giving him the lecture on the battlefield, he even ensured that whatever I'm telling to Arjuna, it comes into experience as well. So what he does is he shows him he gives him that, divine eye, so as to make him watch his divine figure, the Vishwarupa, the Virat Swarup, which has been mentioned in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, so that Arjuna achieves a conclusive intelligence, निश्चयात्मक बुद्धि, उसे इस बात का विश्वास हो जाए, उसे इस बात का निश्चय हो जाए कि whatever he has been taught is true to his knowledge and to the knowledge of others. And only clarity was the reason which made Arjuna win the battle, nothing else. So the benefits of doing self-reflection is that taking a small chunk of time for yourself in your entire day, sitting in a quiet place, in a silent place, and then contemplating. And now people will ask that how to exactly contemplate, because half of the people don't even know how to exactly contemplate on the first place, right? So what will happen when you start self-reflecting is that you will build emotional intelligence. You will be less attached to the outcomes. Your thinking will become structured. Your self-confidence will start rising up day by day. You will achieve a growth mindset. Problems will start reducing because you will be focusing on problems and you will be coming up with the solutions. And when all of these things will be happening, obviously your enthusiasm will go up. You will become passionate towards your job, towards your things, right? And why will this happen? Because you will be achieving clarity with each passing day about your very own self. Now, when you do all these things, once you are done with all these things, what is the outcome of all these things? Obviously, you will perform well in interview, you will perform better in interview, but apart from that as well, जिन लोगों को complain रहती है ना कि यार मेरी personality development नहीं हो रहा है, I'm not able to develop my personality properly. You guys will see a stark amount of difference in what you were previously and what you are now. See, self-reflection is a process more than a tool. Tool तो है ही है, but उससे ज्यादा ये process है, right? इस process को follow करने वाले, learning को experience में बदलने वाले ही कुछ पाते हैं. नहीं तो 12 साल स्कूल में आपने भी पढ़ा, मैंने भी पढ़ा, हम सबको पता है कि कितनी काम आ रही है वो एजुकेशन आज हमारे, राइट? लर्निंग का एक्शन के साथ और एक्शन का लर्निंग के साथ होना ही मान्य है. इफ यू आर डूइंग एनीथिंग आउटसाइड दैट, इट इज नॉट काउंटेड. अगर आप ऐसे खाली पीली बस एक्शन करते रहे, इंटरव्यू में जाके बस बैठ गए और लर्निंग के अकॉर्डिंग आपने आंसर्स नहीं दिए, ऑब्वियसली यू विल बी रिजेक्टेड, राइट? और अगर आप गए और आपने आंसर्स दे दिए पर रिक्वायर्ड एक्शन नहीं किया वहां पे, तो भी आप रिजेक्ट हो जाओगे. सो इसको हम ऐसे बोलते हैं, if I put it in शुद्ध हिंदी, like the way I have read it, it is like कर्म का ज्ञान के साथ और ज्ञान का कर्म के साथ होना ही सही होता है. If you don't do that, obviously you'll have to suffer at some point of the time or the other. So the outcome of self-reflecting will be you guys will achieve presence. The moment you walk in somewhere, people will notice that someone has entered, right? So such kind of presence you guys will achieve. And why that will happen? It will happen only because you would have attained a certain amount of clarity about your very own self, and you would have improved the way you conduct yourself. And believe me, people suffer only because they don't do the required work. Else there is no problem, because 90% problems are mental. Only 10% are physical. Those mental blocks will go one by one, only when you start working on them. Sitting idle and doing nothing and then complaining that, okay, yaar, ye kaam nahi hua, wo kaam nahi hua. How will it happen unless and until you take initiative, right? So this is something that you have to do. Now, presence is not a simple thing. It is a full-fledged concept. And I teach this concept in my detailed sessions that I do. And I can tell you, I trained around 50 students for a job interview session. And out of those 50, 27 students got job, right? Out of that, 10 were on hold and rest 13 were not selected. So this is the application. So those people who apply these concepts, right, they definitely get results, right? So the outcome of self-reflection will be you will achieve presence for sure. And if you want to know more about presence, you can come to the interview masterclass where I discuss in detail, in depth, with lots of role plays, activities, group discussions, project-based activities that will help you achieve the state of presence, and you will be confident no matter what the situation is, right? Now, I'm opening the doors to questions. If you guys have questions, you can ask me, or you can, the best way would be to put your questions in the chat box. Put your questions in the chat box. So I have a question from Sana. Sana is saying that how can I connect my short-tempered nature with threats? So short-tempered nature को threat के साथ आप ऐसे connect करते हो सना कि ये जो short-tempered nature है workplace में आपके लिए कितनी दिक्कत देगा? Do you know that? If you are short-tempered and your boss is angry with you at something, obviously आप पलट के उसे जवाब दोगे, right? And that will hamper your relations. That will hamper your relations with your boss and your peers and your colleagues as well. तो यहाँ पे जो shortage है ना, वो soft skill का है. You should go for our soft skill training program. In that we tell you how to manage your anger, how to build a team favorable relationship with everyone, and multiple other soft skills such as communication skills, confidence building, negotiation skills, and all the other skills that are required to succeed in a corporate environment.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sana. Sir, is there a difference between journaling and diary writing? No, Icha, there is no difference between journaling and diary writing. They both are same. It is just that journaling is a bit more in-depth and detailed, and diary writing can be casual. That is the only difference. Else there is no difference. Please, guys, ask questions. We have 22 participants. That is a good number. At least we can have 20 questions in here. Please go ahead. You can ask me question as well. If typing is taking a lot of time, you can ask me questions. Anyone? Any question that comes to your mind related to personality, related to confidence issues, related to, corporate issues, please go ahead.
Sir, you said to read books in order to enhance our knowledge. So would you suggest some books from your end if you feel that some...
Yeah, sure. What's your good name?
Shivika.
Yeah, Shivika. So Shivika, the books that I read, my all-time favorite is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So I would suggest everyone to read it. And I won't tell you that usko read karne se kya hone wala hai, what is going to happen. You figure that out on yourself, right? But the very first book that I would recommend is read Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The second book that I recommend is The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by Robin Sharma, The Leader Who Had No Title by Robin Sharma, and The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. These 4 books I recommend to each and everyone who I meet, because these are very fabulous books, great books to read. Okay, Shubh is asking me a question. Sir, how we can increase our thinking? Okay, Shubh, could you please elaborate on this, that how exactly you want to increase your thinking on perspective क्या है? मतलब thinking कहाँ बढ़ाना चाहते हो? किस direction में बढ़ाना चाहते हो? Like creative होना चाहते हो?
On any topic.
Okay, for any, yes. Okay. Shubh, किसी भी चीज के लिए thinking बढ़ाना मतलब कि आप किसी particular subject पे सोच रहे हो और उस पे आपको thoughts चाहिए, यही thinking है. तो वो थॉट्स कहां से आते हैं? वो थॉट्स आते हैं जब आप उस पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट के बारे में पढ़ते हो, राइट? एंड हेयर जो टेक्निक मैंने डिस्कस करी वो है रीडिंग. So ये technique will suit you the best. If you want to improve your thinking, increase your thinking, reading is the best way to do that. Right? Reading से ही wisdom आता है. पहले reading से wisdom आता है, फिर धीरे धीरे खुद से आने लगता है. Right? So you start reading good books. I'll put a list of the books that you guys can read, and I'll share that on the group itself. Right? So from there you can get those names. Right? Okay. So one by one, I'll answer all the questions. A lot of questions are coming in. Okay. Ajinkya is asking how to overcome from overthinking and overconfidence as well as low confidence. Okay. Ajinkya, जब भी आप ओवरथिंक करते हो ना, इट इज ओनली बिकॉज यूर टू अटैच टू द आउटकम. आउटकम से बहुत ज्यादा अटैच होने पे ही ओवरथिंकिंग होती है. बिकॉज आपको चीजें अपने हिसाब से चाहिए होती हैं और आप श्योर नहीं होते हो कि वो चीजें आपके हिसाब से होंगी या नहीं होंगी. राइट? और तब आप ओवरथिंक करते हो. और थिंकिंग जब एक्शन में कन्वर्ट नहीं होती, जब आप ओवरथिंक कर रहे हो और ओवरथिंकिंग एक्शन में कन्वर्ट नहीं हो रही है, तो फिर वहां पे कॉन्फिडेंस इश्यूज आ जाते हैं, वहां पे स्ट्रेस के इश्यूज आ जाते हैं. या तो आप बहुत ओवर कॉन्फिडेंट हो जाते हो या आपका कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत लो हो जाता है. तो ये ओवर थिंकिंग को कंट्रोल करने का एक ही तरीका है कि आप कोई अच्छी एक्टिविटी में पार्टिसिपेट कर लो, जहां से आपका ये जो माइंड है ना, ये एक जगह मतलब जुड़ा ना रहे, अटका ना रहे, वहां से हट जाए. सो रीडिंग एक बहुत अच्छी एक्टिविटी है. अगर आपको रीडिंग ज्यादा पसंद नहीं है, आप जर्नलिंग कर सकते हो कि जो भी जिस चीज के बारे में आप ओवरथिंक कर रहे हो उसके सारे एस्पेक्ट्स को, पॉजिटिव एज वेल एज नेगेटिव एस्पेक्ट्स को लिख लो एक जगह पे, और फिर आप उस पर कॉन्टेम्पलेशन करो. और फिर वो ओवरथिंकिंग नहीं रहेगी, फिर वो कॉन्टेम्पलेशन बन जाएगा. राइट? वहां से आपको पता चल जाएगा कि कहां पे गलत हूं मैं, कहां पे सही जा रहा हूं. और फिर ओवरथिंकिंग की ये प्रॉब्लम धीरे धीरे खत्म हो जाएगी. ओके. सो Sakshi Tripathi, Rich Dad and Poor Dad. Yes, it is also good for people who want to know about personal finance. Rich Dad Poor Dad is a good book. How can I overcome a straightforward nature? Disha. See, Disha, there's nothing bad in being straightforward. I don't think there's something bad about it. But yes, if you want to work in a corporate environment in future, obviously you'll have to put up some, diplomatic diplomacy in your personality. क्योंकि कभी-कभी क्या होता है कि I was also very straightforward, to be very honest, when I was working in an MNC 2 years ago in Gurugram. So what happened, whenever my boss used to ask me any question, I used to be very straightforward. But I was so straightforward that I used to insult my boss. Right? This used to happen. And slowly I realized that this is not the way to go ahead. So what you can do is you can read upon the topic that how to be more diplomatic. When you read upon this thing, your straightforward nature will take a sidetrack. Read on the topic read on the topic that how to be more diplomatic. Don't think about being straightforward.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sana, how can I manage my overthinking while working? Okay, Sana, first of all, you figure out that what it is that is bothering you, right? है ना? अगर हमें लेट्स से अगर किसी को तबीयत खराब है तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हम उसके सिम्टम्स देखते हैं कि ऐसा हुआ क्यों या क्या हो रहा है. तो पहले तो आप उसका टॉपिक शॉर्ट फिगर आउट कर लो कि मैं ओवरथिंक कर क्यों रही हूँ और मैं किस चीज पे ओवरथिंक कर रही हूँ, है ना? फिर उसके नेगेटिव एस्पेक्ट्स देख लो और उसके पॉजिटिव एस्पेक्ट्स देख लो. अगर पॉजिटिव एस्पेक्ट्स ज्यादा है तो यार फिर ओवरथिंकिंग करते रहो. अगर नेगेटिव ज्यादा है तो फिर ओवरथिंकिंग मत करो. क्योंकि ओवरथिंकिंग बस इसलिए हो रही है क्योंकि हमारे थॉट्स एक्शन में कन्वर्ट नहीं हुए. राइट? मुझे फर्स्ट आना क्लास में, अब मैं बैठ के सोचता रहूं तो मुझे फर्स्ट आना, यार फर्स्ट आना, मैं फर्स्ट आ जाऊं, और मैं इसी में सोचता रहूं, पर एक्शन तो लिया ही नहीं मैंने कोई. तो क्या होगा? मेरी थिंकिंग कम हो जाएगी या बढ़ जाएगी? बढ़ जाएगी, ऑब्वियसली बात है. जो भी आपकी ओवर थिंकिंग का टॉपिक है, जो भी सब्जेक्ट है, उसको नैरो डाउन करो और उस पर वर्क करो. देखो कि कहाँ पे आपको वो ऐसा कौन सा आउटकम है जो जिससे आप अटैच हो बहुत ज्यादा. वो प्रॉब्लम्स कुछ भी हो सकते हैं. आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड योर पॉइंट, राइट? And overthinking ऐसे ही जाती है. And if you want more detailed answer from me, I'll put my email ID. You can drop me a mail mentioning the subject of your overthinking, right? Or you can have a one-on-one session with me later on.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Icha is asking me what aspects of personality do we include while answering the question? Tell me something about yourself. So Icha, that's a good question, by the way. Very good question. So the aspects of your personality that you include while answering the question is your strength, right? The only aspect of your personality that you give to HR while answering question is that you emphasize on your strength. For example, मैं सेल्स के इंटरव्यू के लिए गया और मैं सेल्स के इंटरव्यू में जाके बैठ गया. सेल्स के इंटरव्यू में जब मैं बैठा तो मेरे से पूछा एचआर ने कि ये मुझे सेल करके दिखाइए, सेल दिस, शो मी हाउ कैन यू सेल दिस और हाउ विल यू सेल. तो वहां पे मैं क्या करूंगा? तो सबसे पहले तो मैं उसको ये बता दूंगा कि मेरी जो स्ट्रेंथ है वो कम्युनिकेशन में है, राइट? वो मैं डेमोन्स्ट्रेट करके दिखाऊंगा और फिर मैं पूरे इंटरव्यू में अपनी स्ट्रेंथ पे ही एम्फसाइज करता रहूंगा. मेरे जो भी एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं वो मेरी स्ट्रेंथ के आसपास ही घूमने चाहिए. इस पे हम बहुत डिटेल्ड में डिस्कस करते हैं अपनी इंटरव्यू मास्टर क्लास में कि हाउ टू आंसर क्वेश्चंस, हाउ टू आंसर एनी क्वेश्चन फॉर दैट मैटर, एंड इट इज अ गारंटीड वे टू सक्सेस इन इंटरव्यूज. अच्छा, if you attend our session, I guarantee you that you are going to experience something brilliant if you attend our sessions, the interview master class. Does self reflection enhances? Yes, exactly, Rajat. सेल्फ रिफ्लेक्शन, कॉन्शियसनेस, देखो कॉन्शियसनेस को ले आया यार तुम बीच में. कॉन्शियसनेस इज ऑल टुगेदर अ डिफरेंट सब्जेक्ट. हम कॉन्शियसनेस की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, है ना. कॉन्शियसनेस का मतलब होता है कि चेतना, अवेयरनेस, है ना. अवेयरनेस को एनहांस करने का तरीका यही है कि आप विजडम लाओ. तो सेल्फ रिफ्लेक्शन कॉन्शियसनेस को एनहांस करता है, पर उस लेवल पे नहीं करता जिस लेवल पे मेडिटेटिव प्रैक्टिसेस करती है ना. तो कॉन्शियसनेस को एनहांस करने का सबसे पहला तरीका है मेडिटेशन करना, ठीक है. ऑब्जेक्ट मटेरियल वर्ल्ड से खुद को डिस्कनेक्ट करना, और सेल्फ रिफ्लेक्शन तब करोगे तो उसका ज्यादा इफेक्ट पड़ेगा. हाँ, बाकी अगर सेल्फ रिफ्लेक्शन एनहांस करता है कॉन्शियसनेस को, करता है, पर उस एक्सटेंट तक नहीं जिस एक्सटेंट पे मेडिटेटिव प्रैक्टिसेस करती है. थैंक यू रजत, ये भी अच्छा क्वेश्चन था, थैंक यू. प्लीज एनीवन एल्स? Anyone else? Any question that is coming to your mind? I'm available. It was a 1 hour session. Yeah, please.
So you stated there is session at college, so I have to attend it. Can I read, sir?
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead. Okay, so Rajat, can you tell me that from which college are you? Okay, I guess Rajat has left right now. Okay. So okay. I'm Wessex. Okay. Great. I myself am a student of Viren Swaroop. I completed my BBA from there. Good college. Brilliant. So any question from anyone? Okay, so now I am putting my email ID in the chat box. Anyone who feels he or she has any question or any enquiry can directly email me on this email ID. You can take a screen grab of this, take a screenshot, or you can save it somewhere. Obviously, I'm also mentioning my mobile number, the WhatsApp number, so that any question that comes to you, and you can ask me over there.
Could you also just send it over to the group?
Yeah. I will share these details on the group as well. I will share these details on the group as well. Okay. So with this, I guess we have come to end of the session. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and obviously I was able to add, if not this much amount of value to your lives in this 50 to 40 minute session. Thank you so much, guys, for attending this session, and I look forward to many more sessions with you people. The next session that we are doing is on next Saturday. That is going to be a full-fledged paid session in which I go in depth in this self-reflection practice. I bring about more tools, more techniques, more models to imply to your personality, so that you can have more clarity about yourself. Then we go in depth with the interview masterclass. And then where I discuss in depth about the interview techniques, how to tackle an interview, how to approach an interview, how to achieve presence. And then we discuss about the ICJ analysis, the preparation matrix, and the soft skills required to, attend an interview. And all these topics we cover in great detail over there. So all of you who want to attend that next masterclass, please DM me on this WhatsApp number. I'll also share this on the group. And by today evening, you guys will be receiving a full brochure, full itinerary of the training session, the training program for the interview masterclass, which will include that what exactly we cover in the sessions for that particular masterclass. Okay, so with this, I end the session. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for attending this session, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shivika.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.